Welcome back, friends and family of the internet, whether you're watching in the morning, the evening, or the afternoon. Welcome back, watchers on the wall. There are few things more terrifying than to hear that your loved one is caught up in an active shooter situation, or that you may be caught up in an active shooter situation. But what I personally think may be worse than that is when that is a hoax. So let's get into this. In the last week, there have been two different universities that received swatting phone calls to the local police department where they said, oh, look, there's an active shooter on the property. Those ended up being hoaxes. Right now in Fayetteville, in Arkansas, there is an active shooter situation. We're going to get into that. It's happening right now. It's 15 minutes into it. So this is breaking news. By the way, if you guys are new to my channel, please make sure that you hit the like, subscribe, and ring your notification bell. We are well on our way to 105,000 subscribers, and I'd like you to join us. You may have seen me being an advocate for my community. We had a really bad explosion recently. And on top of that, we published our book, Growing Underneath a Poisoned Sky. Folks, my husband has a brain aneurysm at 46, and I am fighting with everything in me to make sure I have enough money put aside when they start his surgeries. He will be missing work. No, we cannot get help from the government. Go figure, we are taxpayers. No, YouTube doesn't pay me. So if you'd like to purchase the book with my signature, I am auctioning them off. Or maybe you would just like to donate for a cup of coffee or for some food for our dogs. So let's get into this. What is going on in Arkansas right now? Oh, it's going to start that. Let's see if that picks up. The University of Arkansas issued an alert to students regarding a potential active shooter situation. The RAS alert message happened at 12:27 p.m. The message told students to avoid the area around the Mullins.
Saving on your education should be a right, not a competition.
Hold on. Let's see if I can somehow make the noise go away for that. Anyway, it says RAS alert emergency notification. Avoid the area Mullins Library due to an active shooter reported. Avoid, deny, defend. But let's talk about what happened recently. Cruel hoax report about active shooter at Villanova University on lockdown. This was Thursday, August 21st at 2025. Villanova, Pennsylvania, a cruel hoax at Villanova University on Thursday afternoon sparked panic among university students during the first day of orientation after false reports of an active shooter led to a temporary lockdown and promoted a massive police response. Yeah, so as far as I know, they've not traced it back yet to, who it was that did this, but they did it during orientation, right? Where the parents were there. Really horrible. Then another one, no evidence of active shooter at University of South Carolina. Unconfirmed reports of an active shooter at the University of South Carolina and a second false report at Villanova University briefly caused panic on August 24th. So we got a pattern, August 21st, August 24th, August 25th. I am just going to say, friends and family of the internet, it's probably the same people behind this. I've done videos about how there are these different apps that these young people are getting involved in. And it is encouraging them to call SWATs in and to do this kind of nonsense because it gets dirt on your child, like in a compromising position, or your children send in inappropriate pictures. And then they blackmail your kids into basically doing these types of things, right? This is not normal. Okay. I grew up and graduated high school in 1993. We actually carried weapons in our vehicle because we went hunting prior to school every morning. So we pulled up, we had hunting rifles in our vehicles, we had handguns in our vehicles loaded. Everybody carried knives, everybody did. We fist fought all the time, but we would have never considered going to our vehicle and getting a weapon. So I don't know what's going on in this country, but students at the University of South Carolina, a public university located in the state's capital of Columbia, were told to shelter in place shortly after 6:30 p.m. local time after an active shooter was reported near the school's library. A campus alert later stated that there was no evidence of a shooter. By the library, where did they tell everybody the active shooter was in this Fayetteville shooting, active shooter situation? The library. Same thing with the first one. I'm just saying, folks. Now, this could really be an active shooter. It's gotta go through the system. So I'll keep an eye on it. If it ends up being an actual active shooter, I'll let you guys know. But something's not right. That's the third university in 3 days that we know of, right? That we know of. There's always more you don't know of. Want to show you what is going on in my community of with the
All right, good morning, everybody. As you can see, we're here in the EOC with so much activity going on. If you can pay attention to the screens on the back, you'll see the beginning of this event where the fire was really in raging condition. And then next to it, you'll see a current picture, a current actual live drone feed of what's going on the ground as we speak. I know that, look, there's been a lot of moving parts. There's a lot going on. There's been a lot of questions you want to hear from us. And first, I'm going to say I apologize. It's just been so busy trying to make sure the fire gets put out that we're putting all the activities to stop the runoff for the environment, protect people, protect property, protect the environment. That's what we've been working on diligently.
So first off, let's break it down as he's talking. He is admitting there is runoff. You saw the pictures of the phone. Again, questions that are not being answered because people don't know to ask them. You do not know what you do not know until you know it. So the questions we need to be asking is, what was in the foam used to suppress the fire? Did it have PFAS or PFOS? PFAS, PFOS. That's question number one. And by the way, this is Robbie Miller, the parish president.
As frustrating as you are with this, I'm more frustrated. I've been exceptionally aggravated sometimes with maybe some outright angry sometimes, wanting to try and find out what's going on and what we can tell you. So far, what we know, probably the biggest question is,
anybody else catch that? What we can tell you. And you'll hear him say that a couple of times. I wasn't supposed to get into details. I'm not supposed to say. Friends and family of the internet, community members of Tangipahoa, Livingston, St. Helena, and the North Shore, where this is obviously headed. Reports are coming in now that the oil slick, the smut, the toxins have made it all the way to the Pontchartrain. From there, it's going straight into the Gulf of Mississippi. The fact that our elected officials have to get permission for what they can and cannot relay to you and I is frustrating. I know they have to play the game. I'm not ignorant. I just wish they would stop.
what's the soot? What is it? What do we have to do? How do we handle it? Obviously, you don't want to, play around in it, keep it on your skin. If you get it on you, wash it off. You don't want to ingest it.
He asked the question we're all asking, what is the soot? What is in it? Keep that in the forefront of your mind because he never, ever answers that question.
And then the second, the extensive testing, and we're still waiting for results. It's a long process. Some of those tests have to sit for 18 to 24 hours before they can actually do the next test. That takes another additional hours. We're hoping later today, tomorrow, we'll start getting all those results. Regardless of what those test results say, the same answer we get is you got to clean it up. So go ahead and clean it. Just make sure again that you don't leave it on your body for very long. Don't let it get in your mouth. Wash your hands. They're telling me not to say this, but I can't help it. Don't lick your car clean. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Don't ingest that product. No different than any other dirt or other things that you'd have around your house. After a flood, we've had at least this type of conditions around, and we've dealt with that. You clean it, you take care of it.
How dishonest, Mr. Miller. How very dishonest of you. We have had horrific floods. But Amite City in Tangipahoa has never had a flood that carried this amount of toxic chemicals into streams, creeks, ponds, and onto people's properties and into their animals. He is correct. You don't want to leave this, on your concrete and have it tracked into your house. But before you clean, please document. Do not throw away your air filters. And if you've not changed your air filter in these areas, may I please suggest you do that now. Put it in a plastic bag, put a piece of duct tape and label it. Keep everything, friends and family, because when you find out what this really is, you're going to realize why I said that.
You move on, but you need to go ahead and start cleaning that however you want to do it, and we're going to get those test results out completely as possible. I do want to make a note that the air quality has been being tested probably within 2 hours of the fire starting through right now and continues to go. Our air quality has always been safe throughout the whole event. Our air quality has been safe. We're going to continue to.
If you believe that, I don't care how many of you get mad at me and never watch me again, you're a darn fool. Which makes me think that this man, as nice as he may be in the community, obviously people like him, they voted him in. He cannot believe that. There is no way. Look at this picture behind him. Do you see that black smoke bellowing? Are you going to honestly tell us there was nothing in that? This right here, folks, that's toxic. This right here by his ear, none of that was toxic. The air quality was good the entire time. That hydrocarbons, antifreeze, leaded gasoline was burning along with plastic. Guys, you ever seen what they say about burning tires? Like they're like, do not, beat downwind of burning tires. Like it's toxic. That's hydrocarbons, blah, 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 blah. There were tires burning in this because vehicles were melting and burning in this. And he's trying and honestly saying air quality was good the whole time. Whole time. Got a big plume of black smoke going 4 miles into the sky, spread out 30 miles to the north, 50 miles to the east, but whoa, you little useless eaters, go home, sit down, shut up. The air quality was good. The EPA was on top of it. Really, Mr. Miller? Here's my question, and I hope most of you are asking the same questions that I am. What parts per million were you testing for, Mr. Miller? Was it the 15 parts per million that they were using in 2021? Was it the 12 that the EPA was supposed to go down to in 2023? Was it the 5 parts per million that the World Health Organization suggests that we use? Or was it the 2.5 parts per million that the American Lung Association says you should? Because the smaller the particulates, the more damage it does to the inside of the lungs. Folks, you cannot believe this. Please, for the love of God, tell me you have more brain cells in your mind than to believe what that man just said.
We're going to begin a more patterned output of information so that you guys are informed. It may not be a video, it might be a press release, it might be social media, but we're going to try and get on a pattern of that. We're planning a news conference for later today. Not sure exactly the time yet. We're putting together all the data to make sure. We're kind of hoping that we'll get some of those test results back. If you have specific questions, put them in the comments. We'll do our best to get them all answered. But for the most part, try and stick to questions, and we'll do our best to have answers for you through the comments section of this video. And we're moving toward working on the river. A little detail. I wasn't really supposed to do a lot of detail, but there's 5,600 feet of boom in the river at about 14 locations up and down the river, covering 31 miles. So there's stages of it. It's layered to catch a little each time and to deal with it as it comes down the river. At the site, there's more work being done to contain what's coming off of the site still from the water of the fire and the foam of the fire, to stop that and to keep it on site and to clean it up in the normal flow of rain off of the site. So a lot of going on out here, and we're still waiting for those final details on the soot, but we feel pretty good that everything's going to come back as we expect. But no matter what comes back, we still have to clean it up. So go ahead and clean it up.
If they don't test for it, then they can say it wasn't there. If they are not testing for small particulates, then they will honestly look you in the face and say air quality shows good. Are you testing for PFAS and PFOS, Mr. Miller? Are you testing for dioxazines? Are you honestly going to tell the people that put you in power that this had no toxic chemicals in it, none at all, and that no matter what it shows, we still got to clean it? No, we don't. You do. But the question is, are you going to clean it properly? I'm beginning to doubt it.
Know that we're working hard to do that and to get you comfortable with what's going on. And know that, number one thing.
I hope all of you caught that. This is where you have to learn to really hear what they're saying to you, friends and family. You have to learn to hear what they're saying to you. Put how you feel about this man aside. I don't care if he's your daddy, your neighbor, or your pastor. Listen to the words coming out of his mouth.
With what's going on. And know that, number one thing, nobody was injured. Nobody died. Thank the Lord. Thank you for your prayers. Thank you for.
Wait, I didn't go far enough back.
We still have to clean it up. So go ahead and clean it up. Know that we're working hard to do that and to get you comfortable with what's going on. And know that we're
trying to get you comfortable with what is going on. Why? Why should we be comfortable with it? This is destroying our community. It's destroying our community. Somebody said, what are the products that were burned at Smitty's? Well, it's obvious what burned at Smitty's. They've already said it. Hydrocarbons, antifreeze, unleaded gasoline, oil, plastic, all of that. All of that. It's heartbreaking to me. Look at this. This is my community. In my community, that's all the pollutants just flowing. Look at that. I don't know who this is. Let's see who this is.
Breaking news, breaking news. There was a mass.
I can't stand that dude. I'm sorry. If you guys watch him, you're going to have to watch him on your own time. I had to put like a restraining order against that YouTuber. This is not right there on that person. Let me tell you guys what's going on. The EPA tests air quality through two main types of monitoring: ambient air quality, which measures pollutants in the atmosphere to assess compliance with clean air standards. That's the one I was telling you. They only test for a certain size of pollutant, which means if it's bigger or smaller than that, it's just not there. Because you don't test for it means it's not there. Folks, you better learn how they play this game. If you didn't know what happened in East Palestine, Ohio, and the cover up that happened there, I'm not yanking your chain. The EPA did the wrong testing. An independent tester came in, tested, and said, whoa, this stuff is really toxic. And the EPA tried to discredit him. That is Mr. Scott Smith. He is in Tangipahoa Parish right now. Why? Because this is not a little explosion. This is going to change the face of our community for generations. My biggest concern, why isn't the EPA and the DEQ showing up on people's forums? People are calling them. They're reaching out to me. Samantha, we tried to get them to come look at our pond. They will not come. They're worried about where the public can see. They are not concerned about people's private property. The USDA went out, looked at forums. You know where they went? One of the biggest farms in Tangipahoa. They're not going to the little people's farms who are crying out for help. Just saying. I work with these people. Look, I got a lot of respect for them. I really do. You wouldn't think it, right? But I do. I'm just saying, I know better, friends and family. Oh, now they're saying that it's a joke. Somebody just updated me on the Arkansas school shooting. It was a Nerf gun war. Something's going on. Again, YouTube does not pay me. If you would like to row in our boat, buy me a cup of coffee, my dog some food. We did evacuate after this explosion. I didn't know which way it was going to blow. My husband has got a brain aneurysm. I didn't want him here until I knew that it wasn't coming my way. My heart is broken for the people caught in this. Please understand my property's fine. My air is good. It's not blowing my way. However, the aquifer, where we all get our well water, nobody's even mentioning well. They're not even mentioning city water. Guys better wake up. It'll be a cover up before we know it.